present for this particular web series. We really appreciate that. Uh, 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did so. So it's time to throw up the bowlines, sail away from safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, and discover. We at CRG want to explore with such an enthusiastic pack which is available on the call now. Discover more learnings and dream automation to fullest. I, Mhaddalkar, welcome you all to the Orchestrator web series along with NISARG KADAM. NISARG is a senior consultant and is also a MVP with UiPath and one of the well-known trainers in the UiPath community. In today's session, I think we're talking about on the use of Orchestrator, and there are a couple of topics which NISARG would cover. To be very honest, I'm also inquisitive on how to schedule the bots. At such a level, I've been able to build bots, but I still have a fear in my heart when I'm trying to run them on Orchestrator. Sometimes it runs, sometimes I tend to fail in connecting to the machine, and sometimes it errors out on more often. So it's time to brush up our skills and let's dwell on how it works. I will hand it over to Nisarg now to take over and let us know on how we can connect our machines to Orchestrator, schedule a package, and run it. Over to you, Nisarg.
Thank you so much, SHRIPPAD, for such a wonderful introduction. Hi, everyone. Good evening. So today, we are going to see demonstration of Orchestrator, which is one of the UiPath's component, which allows us to deploy, trigger, monitor, measure, track, and keep track of each and every robot which we deploy from our studio. So in earlier sessions, and as I consider, we all know how we can create a robot in UiPath Studio. Now in today's session, we are going to see how we can utilize this robot to execute it on a client's machine. Okay, so this is all about UiPath Orchestrator. Now in today's session, the first thing which we are going to see is how to connect a machine, a local machine, with UiPath Orchestrator, which is a web component. And then we are going to execute this bot, which the workflow which I have created, SHRIPPAD, in my laptop. I'm going to execute it on a client's machine.
So here, I believe you're going to take us from the scratches because the participants in this web series or the webinar that we're doing are from college also. So if we're taking a leap to give the community back, let's start from scratch on how would you like to configure your own machine as well as another machine where you want to run the bot. So maybe you could start off from the scratch on how you would log in and how you would take it ahead. Yeah.
Yes, SHRIPPAD, definitely. So I will start from scratch. Allow me to stop my presentation and allow me to navigate you through process step by step how you can create the established connection between Orchestrator and a local machine. For this connection, let me first of all log into my Orchestrator platform. So for this demonstration, I'm going to utilize UiPath Community Edition, and the Orchestrator URL for Community Edition is platform.uipath.com. Now, once I navigate to this web portal, considering that you have already logged in with UiPath single sign-on and you have already downloaded Studio, you should have credentials to log in with the UiPath portal. The same credentials are going to work on the platform.uipath.com, and as I am logged in with one of my Google credentials, I'm going to use that. So I will log in. As you can see on my screen, once I'm logged in, I am able to see the dashboard which UiPath provides. And from here, I believe you have downloaded your studio from the Resource Center Community Edition. Now at the same dashboard, you can get your Orchestrator on home screen, which I have just clicked on. And as you can see, you navigate to your Orchestrator.
Okay, that's beautiful. I hope everybody is on the same screen or would like to be on the same screen post this particular webinar. But I see a lot of options or commands on to the left of the screen. Which are the ones that we're going to look into today, Nisar?
Yes. So for this demonstration, Shripad, I'm going to utilize only two options from the management section, which is robot and machine. As you can see, as soon as I have clicked on robots, you can see there is already one robot which is connected. Now this robot is connected to my laptop. And in order to publish a workflow from studio, I have to be connected to my orchestrator. And to connect with the studio type of robot, you can follow the same process which we are going to follow right now. Now,
Okay.
in this demonstration, Shripad, what if I utilize the unattended robot to execute my workflow on your machine?
Are you kidding me? You want to launch a bot from your orchestrator on my system, and
Yeah,
then and you think it's going to happen so soon? Is because I have worked with couple of tools, and yes, you need to go through multiple access levels, and you need to work out on multiple changes. So I'll be amazed to see that if you can show it to us. Yeah.
yes, definitely. So today I'm going to deploy a workflow from my orchestrator on your machine. And in
Okay.
that, as you see, all the access levels and all the API configurations which we need, that is also there in UiPath Orchestrator. But it is going to be very easy process, as you can see, when I take you through all the steps. So the first
Okay.
step which I want to do is I need machine name and domain name of your system. So in order to do that and to show everyone, we have to get connected to your laptop.
Okay, so if you want to do that, then I think the most feasible option would be to have AnyDesk installed on my system. Let me just check. I think it's already available, and you can take access of my AnyDesk.
Sure.
Number is 827
Yes.
295 765.
So I connect. Shripad, please mute any desk so that it would not create echo on Zoom.
Okay, as you say, there you go.
Wonderful.
Do you see my desktop?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. Does your laptop wallpaper say feed yourself with success?
Yep, that's my desktop. Yeah.
Perfect. So now, in order to get started with demonstration, the first thing I want you to do is start your UiPath Assistance, which comes with Studio installation.
So there is an assumption and a consideration over here that even I need to have UiPath community version installed at my laptop. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. So in order
Okay.
to connect with client machine at least should have UiPath robot or UiPath assistant, which we can say to be installed on the machine.
Okay. So I will launch UiPath Assistant. There you go.
Perfect. Now what I need is
Next.
I need machine name. So can you navigate to the settings of Orchestrator?
Okay. I go to orchestrator settings, desktop hyphen create RGPKH. R as in Romeo, G as in goat, P as in Peter, K as in king, H as in Henry.
Perfect. As I have access to your laptop, Shripad,
Hmm.
I can directly copy this. So I am going to copy your machine name.
Okay.
And now as you can see, I will navigate back to my orchestrator. I will navigate to machines panel in under management in orchestrator. What
Okay.
I'm going to do is I'm simply going to create a standard machine. Now, why a standard machine? So there are two types of machines here, a template machine and a standard machine. So standard machine is something which always stays same and the machine name does not change every time you start your laptop or your machine. And a machine template is something which is a virtual machine or a VM machine where it changes the machine name every time you log in. So for this demonstration, in order to connect with your laptop, I'm going to create a standard machine.
Okay. So if I was on a VM, you would do a template, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
So I will just click on a standard machine. I'll enter the name of your machine and that's it. I'll say provision. So once I
All
provision,
right.
as everyone can see, on my machines panel, your machine name is added. Now, next step after creating a machine name is going to be creating a robot. Now, I already have a studio robot connected with my machine. Now, I am going to need one more machine. Sorry, one more robot. This time, in order to create a robot, Shripad, as we have created a standard machine, we are going to create a standard robot. As you can see, there are two types of robots, floating robot and a standard robot. So floating robot is something which works on a machine template.
Hello, Mr. Are you there?
Yes, Shripad.
Okay.
Yes. So now I'm going to select. So as you can see, I have navigated to the robots panel. I'll click on plus, standard machine, standard robot, and I will select a machine name of Shripad. Now this time I'm going to give this robot name as Shripad, description, and the type I'm going to select unattended. Now in Orchestrator for community edition, we have only one unattended license and two studio type licenses. So I'm going to utilize one of my unattended license which is available right now to get connected with your machine.
Okay.
Okay. Now, before I proceed with completion of the robot, I'm going to need domain name of your machine. So could you please provide me domain?
Okay. Let's do that. In order to get the domain name, I think the best practice is to go to command prompt, type in who am I. Okay. And that's the moment you type in that, you get your domain name, desktop hyphen create rgpkh/tel. I think you have access, so you can just copy it.
So I have access and just copy it from your command prompt. Thank you so much for this information, Shripad. Now I'm going to navigate back to my orchestrator and I'm going to enter your domain name. Now, in order to execute unattended robot, we need password of the machine also. So do you have your laptop password protected?
No, it's not, but you can give it a try.
Perfect. As password is not a field, it's not a mandatory field. So we are just going to keep it blank and we are going to hit on create. Now, once I create this robot, as you can see, the robot is created on my orchestrator. However, it is as of now disconnected. In order to enable this robot, what I have to do is I have to create an environment. Now,
why do you need to select or go to environment? What is this going to do?
Exactly. So environment is something which differentiates this robots and machines. Now, to give an example of that, let me just show you a simple example. Now, what happens? First of all, as we log into Orchestrator, what we have is we have robots. So let's say this is my robot 1 and this is my robot 2. And this robot is connected to my machine, which is M1, and this is machine 2. And environment is something which allows a cluster to be created to contain these robots in one particular environment. Now, to give an example of that, let's consider this is in a development life cycle. Let's consider this is a dev environment. So the machines which are allocated to developers, I'm going to create two robots for developer machines, and I'm going to rename an environment with the development environment. And again, I'm going to create one more environment, which is going to be my testing environment. And similarly, I'm going to create one more environment, which is going to be my production environment. And when I'm going to create a process, and when I start this process from Orchestrator, I just have to select environment. I don't have to select robot or I don't have to select machine. I just have to select environment, and automatically this process will execute on all the robots and the machines which are there inside the environment.
Okay, that really sounds cool. Is because if I have created a bot and I want to test it in a prod environment, but before going into run into a prod environment, I would like to test it into dev or the testing environment. I just need to go into the environments and try running in them rather than going into these a problem of configuring it and then running into a separate environment.
Yes.
Okay. Does Also, just a question: does it help if I want to run bots specific to a particular domain? For example, I just want to run bots which are for finance domain. So can I create an environment just for finance and dedicate these bots only for finance? Is that possible?
Yes, what you can do is you can dedicate machines for those particular environment. You can
Mm-hmm.
create robots for those machines and create an environment which consists of all those robots which are dedicated to this particular environment.
Okay, sounds cool. Let's go ahead.
Yes. So as we saw this diagram,
Mm-hmm.
similarly, I'm going to create environment and I'm going to rename this environment as Shripad's laptop. And I'm going to give a description as, so description is not a mandatory field. Still, I'm going to give it as a reference and I'm going to
Okay.
create this environment. So
Okay.
once I create an environment, I can see both robots. Now, similarly, if you have created multiple robots, you can classify and you can select only those which you want to particularly select for this environment. So for this environment, I'm going to select a robot which we have just created as SHRIPPAD, and I'm going to update it. Now, once I have created this environment, now I have created all the processes. I have created a machine, then robot, and then an environment. Now, only step which is remaining is to add all these details and establish a connection with your laptop so that we get our robot connected and licensed.
Okay.
So in order to do that, as I can see on your screen, we already have machine name, which is by default entered, and we have to enter orchestrator URL and machine key.
Uh-huh.
So orchestrator URL is going to be my orchestrator URL of web. So as you can see, you have to copy only from this name. You don't have to copy entire orchestrator URL. Remember always copy this, and in your laptop, I'm going to paste it. So we have already copied orchestrator URL. Now,
Mm-hmm.
the third component which we need is a machine key. Now, machine key is something which establishes API connection between your laptop and my orchestrator component.
Okay. So this is the key, huh?
Yes. So this is the key. And as I navigate to machines, so as you can see, Shripad, this is your machine name. And
Uh-huh.
over on the machine name, I can see there's a copy button. So I'm just going to click on that. And I'm going to copy this machine key in your assistant. And let's connect. So I'll hit connect button. And as you can see, connected and licensed.
Wow. That's over the internet.
Yes. And that
Okay.
too, we both are using only community edition.
Okay. That's wonderful. So I think one surprise done. What's next? Are you going to run a bot on my client machine now?
Yes. And now, before I go forward with that, you don't have to keep your UiPath robot assistant on. So you can just close it.
Okay.
So even if once your connection is established, it is already connected. Now, what I'm going
Right.
to do is I'm going to navigate to my UiPath Studio. I have already created a sample demonstration workflow, which is a simple workflow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we will see it running on your machine, what it exactly does. So to do that, first thing we have to do is we have to publish this workflow. So once
Why
you
do we? Okay, just a question. Why do we need to publish this workflow?
so publish will create a package of this workflow, which will convert this workflow from XML file to a .nupkg file. Now this nugget package file is going to be a package which is going to execute on your machine and which a robot component understands.
Okay, so unless and until it is not the NuGet package, it won't work on Orchestrator.
Yes.
Okay.
So there are various ways of uploading this particular package on Orchestrator. You
Uh-huh.
can manually add it, upload it by selecting from a local machine folder, or else you can simply navigate to UiPath Studio, just like I did, and you can click on a publish button. So once
Okay.
you click on publish button, before you publish it, make sure there are no errors. If there are any errors in the workflow, it will not get published.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once it is published, I click on OK, and I'm going to navigate to my orchestrator, and
Mm-hmm.
let's navigate to the packages this time. As you
Okay.
can see, I have published a notepad automation and it has created a package on my orchestrator.
Okay.
We are not ready with process, Sripad, yet. So in order to create a process, we are going to navigate to the process tab under automation, and we are going to click on add button. Once I click on add button, you can see the package name. I have selected a package which is Notepad Automation, and I'm going to give it as a name. So this is going to be SHRIPPAD's Notepad. Now there are two versions of this package. As you can see, I can select either version which I want to execute. So I'm going to select the latest version. And the environment is something, as I have already explained you about environment, I'm going to select your environment, which automatically connects with your robot.
Okay.
Environment. And the job priority, as of now, I'm going to keep it normal. This is helpful only when in a scenario when you have multiple jobs scheduled and when you want to prioritize a job over another job which is of normal priority. So you can just define the priority. As of now, we are just going to keep it normal. And we are going to click on create.
Okay.
Now the process is created. Now the next part where we are going to go ahead with is I'm going to start a job. And once I start a job, it is going to reflect in the job panel, right? And then it will execute on your machine. So are you ready, Shripad?
Okay. Let's see.
So I'm going to click on start. I'm going to select process and I'm going to select a robot, which is Shripad. And then I'm going to just click on simple start from the jobs panel. And as you can see, I have navigated to the AnyDesk.
Oh, what if I told you I'm a bot and I have eyes on you? Okay, crazy. Wow,
Wonderful.
this is really wonderful, and I think you just showed one normal workflow. But yes, tomorrow if I want to run multiple bots, which could be used for scraping, which could be used for invoice processing, or which could be used for updation of SAP. I think this particular feature can be used in case if you want to go ahead and run it inside the community itself or something of that sort, wherein you can do a test run or maybe a simulate environment sort of a thing. Yeah, looks wonderful. Uh, this is good, Nisarg. Thank you so much. But this is just like a browser thing.
Right.
I'm more inquisitive now. Do you have something wherein I can also do it over the mobile? Is because uh, I've seen couple of RPA partners now also providing an environment wherein I can go ahead and access my bots or orchestrate them through uh, a sort of a mobile application. So do we see something around that, or could you showcase us something on that one?
So what if I tell you, Shripad, that I
Uh-huh.
can trigger the same job which I have just triggered on your laptop? Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
what we are going to do is we are going to close this notepad which is already created. And what if I trigger this job again, which is displayed as successful, this time from my mobile device?
And can we see a mobile device? Is because we need to see the truth.
I can quickly arrange that. So I'm just going to
Mhm.
stop sharing my laptop, and this time I'm going to start sharing my screen from my mobile. Let me know once you're able to see my mobile screen.
Yeah, that's a beautiful bike, man.
Thanks, that's my bike.
Okay.
So as you can see, I have quite a few applications.
I hope there are no popping chats
No,
and no bank credentials.
yeah.
I see Google Pay. Maybe you can transfer some at my end.
It's good that you don't have access to my mobile.
Okay. Cool.
So as you can see, there's a UiPath Orchestrator application available on my mobile. Now this application is available on Android also and iOS also, App Store. So I'm going to click on this application.
Is this going to be a replica of what we just saw right now?
Exactly. So this application is already logged in with the credentials which I have utilized for my orchestrator web view, and the same orchestrator I have logged in with here. So you can go to dashboard and you can just click on robots and you can see your robot's name here.
Oh, so it is synced up right away, and I can see my client machine as a bot at your end. Okay, That's
So you don't
wonderful.
even have to download something or don't even have to update application, nothing. It simply thinks very fast. Now the similar job which we have triggered is I'm going to do from this UiPath robot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going on a jobs panel. In the jobs panel, I'm going to click on this run icon, select a process, and also I'm going to select a robot. And once you see, I'm going to click on next. Now, this time we wouldn't be able to see your screen as I'm sharing my mobile screen. So please confirm, Shripad, whether you are able to, whether the bot executes on your laptop. So I'm going to start a job. And yes.
Okay. It says, what if I told you I'm a bot and I have eyes on you? Let's see if it shows us the logs in Orchestrator that the bot was run at around 5:28 p.m.
Yes. So this time, Shripad, it not only executes a bot, it also shows you all the details of the bot. So once you just have to click on a process and you can see all the details that which environment it executed, which robot it run with, information and the time and end time of the bot it took. And
Okay.
also, if consider you are executing this process on your laptop or desktop, which is sitting in your office, and you're handling, and you just are connected with your orchestrator on your mobile device, then you can simply see all the logs by just by clicking on this view logs button, and you can see the live status of your robot execution. Isn't this wonderful?
Yep. This really sounds cool. That is good. Can I export these logs if required?
So you can export these logs also
Mm-hmm.
just by
Sharing it.
yeah, and you can share it with the sharing mediums which you have in your phone.
Sounds good, Nisar. That's really wonderful.
So I'm
So yeah.
I'm going to stop sharing my mobile right now, and I'm going to start sharing my screen again. So, and you can see in both the cases when I executed, both the cases created a job triggered on my jobs panel. And similarly, not only you can just execute a bot from your orchestrator, but also you can do a lot of things with this orchestrator. You can schedule a process, you can schedule process based on time, you can schedule process based on the entry of a transaction in a queue. And also you can handle your queues, assets, and a lot of things when you jump deep dive into this orchestrator. And believe me, I can keep talking about orchestrator all day long. This is so deep and so interesting topic, which allows you very easy management of your robots and of the processes which you have created from UiPath Studio.
Okay, that's a wonderful demo. Could you go back to the slide and just summarize it for everyone? Okay, so that people know what's the step that you need to follow. Okay, and how would you do that? So I think a good summary of what we have done today or showcase today would really help everyone.
Definitely. So I hope everyone has understood the process which we have done to get connected with Shripa's laptop. So the first thing which we have done is we have created a machine. Then we have created a machine. We have copied machine name from Shripa's laptop, and we have got domain name. As to get domain name, where what Shripa followed is to go to command prompt and type who am I. Then we created a standard machine, as Shripad is using a standard laptop, which is not going to change the name of the machine every time. And then we created a standard robot in which we selected unattended robot, which follows the properties of both unattended and attended robot. To talk more about robots, keep following our video series so that you'll get to know more about this. Now, once you create a standard robot, what we have done is we have created an environment to select the robots in a particular environment. And then we have copied the orchestrator URL and machine from my orchestrator. And we have entered these details in the client's machine. And we just click on connect. In UiPath Assistant, it automatically shows you connected and licensed. Now, once you're connected, in order to publish a process from your studio to orchestrator, remember you have to follow the same process and get connected with your laptop with a studio type robot. Now, studio type robot doesn't need any authentication. It simply gets connected with a similar process and you can do it within 5 minutes. So you have to first of all get connected with the studio type robot, publish your process to the orchestrator. Once you publish, check whether it is displayed in packages. Once it is displayed in packages, you can literally go ahead and create a process. And while creating a process, you have to select environment. Now you select environment for which you want to execute either your laptop or your client laptop, which you have connected. Now, once you select environment, what you're going to do is just go to the jobs panel and say start a job. Now there are various ways in which we can trigger the process. We can utilize Orchestrator API, we can utilize trigger from time, from queue, we can utilize robot execution, we can utilize scheduled execution, we can utilize a lot of things to execute this bot, which we are going to see ahead. Now this is the entire summary. And also we have seen mobile orchestrator, which allows us to see all the real-time alerts, where you can actually turn on the alerts of the robot orchestrator and you can see all the alerts and exceptions which are getting thrown. You can see all the analytics in terms of dashboard. You can see on-demand performance monitoring, where you can literally go ahead and monitor the logs and watch exactly what is going on right now with the robot. You can handle license also, usage efficiency. Also, you can see availability of robots, which robot is currently in progress, which is available right now, and which is busy. And also, you can see, you can trigger a functionality. You can utilize, scheduler in mobile orchestrator. And also, at the end, you can execute and you can monitor all the processes which are going on in your orchestrator. So with this, I announce that I have completed my part of the knowledge sharing, and we run actually all these things for CRG Solutions, as we are the players of CRG Solutions, me and Shripad. So going forward, I'm going to hand it over to Shripad. Thank you so much for allowing me to share this wonderful knowledge with our people. Thank you, Shripad.
Thanks, Nisarg. So, guys, this is like a wonderful session given by Nisarg, and we as CRG Solutions are going to keep on doing this sort of a web series every weekend. Okay, let me just talk about CRG Solutions over here. We are 30 plus years in business. We have almost 4,000 plus customers worldwide. Our the head office is in Ottawa, Canada, and we are serving North American market over there. We have offices in India, Singapore, serving Indian and Eastern markets. We are a group of corporate renaissance group which operates from Canada. In India, we have around yes, Mr. To the next slide. Yep, in India we have around 500 organizations. Talk about the names: BFSI, consulting, telecom, manufacturing, government. We have a presence in each and every company that we are currently working out, and this is the spread of the logos. To the next slide, you would see some more. So these are more logos around where we are currently working on. As CRG Solutions, we are delivering RPA, which includes Automation Anywhere and UiPath. Also, we are into tools like Alteryx, Tableau, and Atlassian. So it's complete data analytics, and we are totally into hyper automation. In case you want to reach out to us, you can reach out to us in our offices, which is at Mumbai, Pune, Gurgaon, and Bangalore. Yeah. Whatever stage of the RPA journey your organization is at, CRG Solution has the strategic capabilities, domain experience, and trained consultants to support your strategy and implementation developments. We have multiple years of relevant industry knowledge. Our combination of domain experience and technology training blends together with your functional SMEs and IT organizations to create a scalable RPA strategy for your business. Our RP assessment models help identify and prioritize RP opportunities within your business, while our impact assessment and security frameworks, along with change management methodologies, will ensure evidence-based performance benchmarks. You could reach out to us to know more. I would let now Nisar go ahead and pick certain questions which would come in the chat. With the time that we have, I think we can go ahead and answer a couple of questions. Just keep in mind, guys, you'll be paid in the future based on how well you work with robots. And this is an opportunity wherein we would want to work more efficiently with bots so that tomorrow we start delivering better for our businesses and for our own self. Nisar, on to you. Could you please pick up a couple of questions so that we could answer them? In case if you're not able to answer all of them, we could personally respond to each of them with an email or something, or get in touch with them personally. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Shripad. So allow me to exit out of the presentation in order to take questions from the chat section. So guys, if you have any question, please put questions in the chat section so that I can address. As the time permits, I would be able to answer quite a few questions.
I think there is one from Srinath.
Yes, so Srinath is asking, how about on the same machine on which Studio Bot is installed? Ideally, 2 robots, 1 studio, and 1 unattended bot. Yes, so Srinath, when you have a local robot, or which is UiPath Assistance, that is nothing but a development robot. Now, that development robot is something which is similar to attended bot, and that ideally comes with your UiPath Studio, so you don't have to create another studio robot for that. But yes, you can create unattended robot from Orchestrator, and you can connect the same machine which you are utilizing with the studio to get connected with the bot. So you can have 2 robots, one which comes with the studio and one which you can connect from the Orchestrator. So you can utilize the unattended bot for the unattended processes, and you can utilize studio robot, which is a UiPath assistant, for the attended processes. So remember, attended robot will not provide the functionality of unattended robot, but unattended robot provides functionality of both attended bot and unattended bot. So I think that answers your question, Srinath. I have one question. Can we run production from dev environment through Studio Robot? So Reddy, I understood your question. However, to run the production from dev environment, you have to connect your robot, which is connected to a machine, which you are supposed to use for production, to environment of dev. So to answer your question, this is a very wonderful question. I would like to show you. I can take you back to processes. In the processes which we have created, this process is currently connected to the environment of SHRIPPAD laptop, as you can see. If I navigate back to the robots environment, now in this place under SHRIPPAD's laptop, what I have to do is just I have to click on manage. And from manage, let's consider this is your production environment. So I just have to remove this robot from production environment, and then I'm not going to do this right now, but and then go ahead and connect with your dev environment. Simply you have to do that, and that will allow to execute your particular process from dev environment to your production machine. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, sir, there is another question from Shri Harsha, in case if you have missed it.
Let me just check the chat section. So Shri Harsha is asking, hi Shripad, I just want to know, I copy the NuGet package file, one machine to another. Just mention Orchestrator is enough. Yes, you can do that. So what you have to do is just you have to download this particular NuGet package. Either what you can do, let's say I have published it to my Orchestrator. Okay. Now this package is on my Orchestrator right now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this particular package, and I'm going to download the version which I want to. Now once I download, this gets downloaded as a NuGet package. I can share this particular NuGet package with someone which where I want to share, and that person in his Orchestrator can just simply click on this upload icon, select browse, and then select this particular package from the download section and just simply upload it. So you can utilize the same process, which is a package right now in your Orchestrator, and he can execute. I have a question from Vikas. Orchestrator, control unattended robot, take a full control of device. Yes. So Vikas, it takes full control of device because first thing is that you utilize REST APIs which are provided by Orchestrator, and you connect with a machine of client at the same time. If the client machine is password protected, as you saw, it needs a password also. So when you enter password, when you enter all the details, and when you connect a machine with the Orchestrator, it establishes a full end-to-end connection where it can handle, it can take full control of the device. But full control means it can only execute the process which is supposed to execute. It cannot work as a remote connection, something like that. It can only execute process which you have defined in your processes, and you execute. So it has access to all desktop-based applications, it has access to web-based applications, and rest all the settings which are supposed to be.
Sir, you have built chatbot in the past, and there is Akshay who has asked a question. Will a chatbot work similar way?
Yes, Akshay. So in order to utilize this particular chatbot in a similar way on a client's machine, what I have to do is I have to log in on a chatbot.uipath.com. This is another control room which handles chatbot functionality. And I have to make the connection establishment of the client's machine, not my machine. So while creating this particular chatbot, what I did is I utilized chatbot.uipath.com. I connected all this settings of environments with my laptop, and that's why I will be able to use it on my PC. In order to work it on client's PC, you just have to change the settings. Now that's altogether a different topic from our today's demonstration. We will definitely talk about that, and I'll personally let you know all the details how you can do that, and I can share a document with you. Sounds good, Akshay?
I think Reddy popped up another question in which he's saying in that case we do not need to install anything except Studio Robot in production.
Yes. So on productions, usually we don't install UiPath Studio. We only install UiPath Robot Assistant. That's it. So you just have to install a robot, you have to establish a connection, and then you trigger a bot. So Reddy, you're right on point. We don't have to install UiPath Studio. You have a functionality only to install UiPath Robot on client machine or production machine where you want to execute. The robot is going to be a component which is going to be a component of the laptop or the machine which you are going to work on. And the orchestrator robot is just going to be a established connection between these two, which is going to be a digital worker which executes the process which we have uploaded. So the orchestrator robot is just going to be a digital worker, but the robot which is installed on client machine is going to work, is going to execute the job or the process which we have triggered.
Okay.
Thank you, Akshay. Thank you, Reddy.
Karan has one question.
Yes.
He says, if client machine gets shut down for some reason, that's a particular woe for every developer around. Can we do interactive login to client machine and execute the client machine again? If it is shut down, NISARG, I don't know. Give it a shot.
Yeah, I can answer the question for if the client machine is locked, I get that question. But if it gets shut down, so yeah, perfect, nice question, Karan. So if a client machine gets shut down, then you can't execute this bot. Definitely, it is not going to execute for some reason. So what you have to do is you have to make sure that the machine is up and running again. The connection will be still established. You don't have to follow all the procedure again. That is what I can assure you, that you don't have to follow entire process again of establishment of connection from orchestrator to the machine. The connection will be still there, but in shutdown, the bot will definitely fail. It will show you all the exceptions which you have designed or which you have mentioned in your workflow, and it will stop. And if you have utilized queue trigger, then probably queue will be failed, and then you'll have to process the particular transaction again once the machine is shut. And if you're using RE framework for this execution, then RE framework will handle it in a different way. It will simply throw a system exception and it will stop the workflow. And then once you start again, it will again retry the particular transaction which was failed due to the machine shutdown, and it can continue with the process. So I prefer in such scenario, if you're scared of a client machine getting shut down or locked, in that case, utilize RE framework for best scenario, because it gives us reusability of transaction data, and it gives us best practices available. For that, you can also refer to one of the videos which I have shared on LinkedIn for the best development practices. Yeah, thank you so much, Karan.
Okay. Will you show us chatbot creation in next session? Udur Shankar, yes, there would be a lot of such sessions that would happen. But for now, we are starting off with the Orchestrator web series, okay, wherein we would be only talking about Orchestrator. Once we complete with the Orchestrator web series, we would pick up a topic which the entire community wants us to look at, okay, and delve upon it. Your feedback is appreciated. We'll make a note of it. I think you and Karan and as well as Akshay was also, sorry, you and Akshay were talking about chatbot. So yes, we'll make a note of it And in case if you need any content with regards to chatbot creation or something, please drop in an email to NISARG or to myself, or connect with us, and we'll go ahead and help you with on how to go ahead and create it also. All right. Just one final one. How different is this with respect to Automation Anywhere running bot on a remote machine which is added under it?
I think Sripad, you can answer this question.
Okay, how different is this with respect to Automation Anywhere running a bot on a remote machine which is added under it? Uh, uh, Dilip, uh, when I saw this functionality of UiPath, okay, I was completely mesmerized, is because first of all, this particular system is not in a domain which is in the same domain of orchestrator. Okay, and when I was working on Automation Anywhere, and if I had to run a bot into another domain, okay, I need to go and make certain changes in the control room to go ahead and access it. This API functionality, which currently is being displayed as a machine key thing, okay, didn't work at that moment. Okay, however, with the new version of A2019, okay, things are pretty similar to what UiPath does. Okay, which brings me to the point that next week there would be another series which would kickstart with regards to Automation Anywhere, and there would be Sagar Shirwadkar from my team who would be taking us through on the development practices for Automation Anywhere. So yes, we are going to start off over there, and I think that moment this question would likely be answered in a better and an efficient way. Yeah, Philip, does that sound good? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Any more questions, guys? Okay, I think it's good. Just wanted to make one more announcement for you guys. We are launching 3 series. Okay, one is the Orchestrator web series, which will continue every weekend. Okay, there would be a business webinar. Okay, which talks about how would you go ahead and start your RPA journey. How would you run RPA in IT or a finance or a retail domain. Okay, and this will be done with Sandeep and myself, which will happen on every Friday. Orchestrator web series will happen on Sunday, which will be an alternate week web series. Next week, we are looking at having an Automation Anywhere web series too. So keep in touch with us. Keep logged on to LinkedIn. Look at the registrations links and get connected. We would love to go ahead and contribute more towards the entire request. Yes, I know, because you need Blue Prism and Power Automate. Uh, sure, sure. NISARG is working onto it, and yes, we are going to look at something around that, because post the acquisition by Microsoft, it's going to be a big one. So yes, I do have a software motive experience. Would gel up with NISARG on Power Automate and try to bring in something very soon. Yeah, sure. Shri Harsha, yes, there would be a recording shared. Um, that's it for now, guys. May you ride eternal, shiny, and chrome. Adios. Thank you so much for your participation. We look forward for your feedback. In case if someone can try this, what we have done, and if you can give us a video representation with your feedback, okay, would go ahead and motivate us to run more such web series across the months coming. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, and you have a good Sunday.
Thank you so much, Sripad, for arranging this session. This was a really wonderful session. For me also, it was a great opportunity to explain knowledge in front of such good audience. And thank you so much, guys, for joining. Keep following us on LinkedIn for more updates, and soon we'll come up with more content.
Thanks so much, guys. Bye.